I'm David Levin, and welcome to another ginormous episode of Pop Goes the Culture, the behind-the-scenes showbiz stories you wouldn't have known from the stars themselves. In part 7 of our 8-part dialogue, Jasmine Guy, who played Whitley on A Different World, continues talking about working with that show's writers. Jasmine writes her very first episode, the fight to get to deal with real issues on a network sitcom in the early 90s. Plus, Jasmine and I come up with an idea for a new TV series. Are you listening, Hollywood?
Oh my God, the writers would convene after every rehearsal. So we go home at 4 o'clock and they're there till 10 at night writing with each other. And they're acting out all the parts. You know, one guy's doing Sinbad, somebody's doing Whitley, the other one's doing Dwayne. I go, y'all are pretty good, you know. The chance to write on that show, you know, waiting to see if your stuff is funny and to see if the actors are happy with their parts and to make sure the script isn't self-serving, you know. Part of why I wanted to write was that I got a chance to make other people do things I wanted to see them do. You know, we had so much fun off camera. It was a hugely talented show. You know, and I was like, God, I want to see this happen. And, you know, it was really, I loved that part, being able to do that there. And having Debbie behind me. I never feared. I knew I was in a safe and protected zone to learn, you know, and to grow. And Debbie introduced me to Hollywood.
How so?
You know, we would go to parties at George's, which was co-owned by Norm Nixon and Denzel, and, you know, there would always be some famed dancers there, so I would know them, and there'd always be different world people, and there would be people from everything Debbie's ever done. She leaves no one behind. But then there'd be Denzel and Quincy Jones, and you know what I'm saying? It was like access just to everyone. And it didn't have that peon protocol. Oh, she's just on a sitcom. Oh, he's just a dancer. Oh, we would just all party together. And that was because of Debbie. One time on the plane going, you know, between LA and New York, I sat next to Georgette from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I was just so, you know, I was like this, and then I had to act kind of normal and let her have her space. But I said, damn, if anybody walks down the aisle and sees Whitley and Georgette sitting together, that would be weird. It's like, where does the line, you know?
I always wanted to see some sort of show that would cross over old TV characters with each other, you know, to see how they would react in their different universes.
Oh. That's brilliant.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put you on. We'll do a little test.
Yeah, especially with, like, you know, when the characters are that defined and you know what they're like Betty White from Mary Tyler Moore. That character.
To interview her.
I love her too.
How would that be? Sue Ann Nivens and Whitley.
Yeah. Whitley would love Sue Ann Nivens.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, she would idolize Sue Ann Nivens. She'd want to be her, don't you think?
Without question, except
I don't think Sue Ann Nivens would like. I don't know.
Except for the slut part.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting she played a slut.
Can you imagine?
You know, because the Golden Girls audience knows nothing about that.
Well, you know, she was originally supposed to play Rue McClanahan's part.
Oh, I did Vagina Monologues with Rue.
Yeah?
Oh my God, she's so good.
She is. She's great.
Yeah.
And she also another one with the phony accent.
Yeah.
On the show. She doesn't talk.
Completely. And I heard Betty White wouldn't do Vagina Monologues. She thought it was too risque. Yeah. I was like, for that hoe? No, I'm just kidding.
So what are those stories that you're telling me about? Those stories that you don't want to go home and regret not telling?
Well, I wanted to talk about, you know, how important Diane Carroll and Debbie Allen. I mean, Debbie Allen is pivotal to me to this entire story. Debbie Allen fought for things. She fought for, it's hard because I don't think the general audience Well, you know what? They do get it because the corporate world is like this. I watched The Apprentice. I was like, that's the same bull that we go through. You know, the way you're judged, the way anything new is scrutinized, you know, the way we wanted to talk about apartheid. Now, let me just say, this is before Nelson Mandela is released. Everyone's talking about it. We're not. Growing Pains talks about it, and we don't. We have to fight to have an apartheid show, an anti-apartheid show on a different world. That is the subject on black campuses. Divestment. So that always amazed me. You know, when Debbie would say, girl, they didn't want to do this. I'd be like, you had to fight for this? This is so organic. This is ours to tell. You know, the AIDS episode, huge fight to do an AIDS episode. And now AIDS is affecting more black women than anybody. Okay, so, you know, 12 years ago, we're trying to do an AIDS story about a black woman that's getting it. Even when at that time it was mostly gay men that you heard about. Had to fight for it. We had to have Whoopi Goldberg on our show to get that done. And Bill, too, fighting. And that always amazed me, like, why do we have to fight so hard to be good? Don't you guys want us to be good and poignant? I had an exec tell me once, we don't care how poignant you are as long as Whitley and Dwayne are the main storyline.
Next time, our final episode in my conversation with Jasmine Guy. We talk about the importance of the fictional Hillman College to the black community, and Jasmine describes being a guest star, her stint as a very different character on NYPD Blue, and how they changed it behind her back in post-production. Till then, leave your comments in the section below. Remember, I read everyone. I'm David Levin. See you next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Hey, if you're a baby boomer or just wish you were, don't forget to tune in to the Boomer Tube.